Thanks for tuning in to another show reflection. Hit the thumbs up button. After this show, make sure to go to the home tab so you can check out the new merchandise that's dropping at the night school. Peace reflections. You are over here with Rethia. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button if you haven't already, depending on which platform you are on. Because we are over here talking about the fallen angels and how this realm belongs to them. Okay, reflection. So in order to know where you're going, sometimes you gotta know where you at, all right? And sometimes, people they wonder why certain things are happening. Okay, well, reflection, you got to know who is over this realm. You got to know that reflection, okay? So, with that being said, everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only. Take what you need out of this video, and what you don't, you better leave it right here with Tarithia. Go on ahead, get whatever you need. Go on ahead and get the children out of the room, reflection, because you know how I get when I'm over here with y'all, reflection. You just never know where the conversation may lead. All right. So, with that being said, I'm about to start the countdown, and yeah, get everything you need, and we'll be back. Okay. And we are back. Go ahead and hit that like button, reflection. If you haven't already, welcome to the night school. You are over here with Tarithia. This is where we talk about all things hidden, right? Well, some things are hidden, but they're kind of in plain sight. You just got to know what to look for, all right? So, tonight or today, whenever you click this video, we are talking about the fallen ones. We're going to be talking about the fallen ones a lot this week, okay? And how some things have been right in plain view, but if you don't know what to look for, then reflection, it kind of it'll go over your head, right? So if you haven't joined us for our storybook reading, we have actually been created The Devil's Apprentice by Gregory A. Rogers. It's all about the fallen angels and before they fell out of heaven, okay? Before they got the boot up out of the upper heavens. Okay, we are in the lower heavens. So, with that being said, reflection, this is kind of what we're here to talk about. All right, we're going to talk about that lake of fire, which is nothing but a volcano. Think about when a volcano erupts on this planet, reflection, the lava that comes out. I don't know if y'all have ever watched this movie. I think it's called The Volcano. Actually, definitely go check it out. And when about, or you can just go look at how a volcano erupts. A volcano, when it erupts, reflection, it literally is the lake of fire. Okay, so Sometimes people can get things misconstrued. All right, so, and like I say, in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you at, right? And a lot of people, they were like, what's Rethia? I don't understand what you mean when you say that this realm belongs to the fallen ones. I need you to come with some factual actuals with this. Don't just come up here telling me no anything. So Rethia and reflection, you know why I got you, baby. You know I'm not just gonna come up here and tell you anything, right? So go ahead and hit the like button. If you're new to the crew, hit the subscribe button because hey, we about to get started, all right? Now I actually put some notes to the side so y'all can kind of see what it is that I'm talking about, and I don't want to miss anything, all right? Because you know I get sidetracked real quick, reflection, real quick. Okay, so now, the fallen angels, remember I told you it's this book that we're reading. And definitely go over there, reflection, and catch up on some of my story times. All right. I think it's in the book read, and you can find it over there. But it's a story all about the fallen ones, right? Okay, and before they fell out of heaven, and how Lucifer was actually able to get all of these angels with him, because he got a good piece reflection. He got a lot of angels to come on his side. All right. So when they went to war with the Most High, reflection, source, whatever you would like to call it, when they went against the other angels, reflection, Lucifer and his crew, they ended up it didn't work out how they thought it did, reflection. It didn't work out how they planned it would. But keep in mind, Lucifer always had a plan. Well, what was his plan? Lucifer's plan was the plan of self. He wanted all of the other angels to be self-sufficient. He wanted all of the other angels to depend and advance their skills, which means focus more on self. He felt like that the most high, reflection, was keeping the other angels crippled. Okay, what do I mean when I say crippled? He felt like that the most high, or Elohim, reflection, he didn't want the other angels to know this self. Think about the Garden of Eden. Remember, in the Garden of Eden, everything was provided for them. Everything was provided for them. They were walking through, allegedly, keep in mind, this is a metaphor. This is a story, okay? This is a story. It's not what you read, it's how you read it, all right? So they were walking through the Garden of Eden, reflection. They wasn't even clothed. They were naked. They were naked and they didn't even know it, okay? Reflection. They didn't have to learn skills. They didn't have to, all their food was right there for them, reflection, okay? They was living in what you would call paradise, okay? We would call it the matrix now, okay? Because think about it. When people say it's time for you to get up out of the matrix, reflection, that means, think about it, reflection, before you notice everything that's going around you, you just partying and bullshit and party. You know that's my favorite line, reflection, but you don't know it's a bigger cause out there. You don't know that, hey, you can be self-sufficient. You don't know. This is kind of the philosophy that Lucifer was putting into the other angels, right? So he was telling them, listen, y'all can be much greater than what y'all are. Y'all can advance just as high as the rest of the angels. You can advance just like me. You can advance almost up to the most high. Why do y'all want to keep being what we would call today sheep? Think about a sheep, reflection. A sheep, they don't know eventually they going into the slaughterhouse, right? A sheep, they have everything. The shepherd, they bring them the food. The shepherd, they walk them around. The shepherd, they have no idea what's beyond that fence, right? They have no idea there's a whole world out there, right? So it's kind of like that. They're giving boundaries, all right? So this is the idea that Lucifer was putting into the other angels, and he came up with this plan of self, okay? It was called self, all right? So when you think about that, reflection, you can kind of see how he kind of recruited all these other angels, because they was like, yeah, I never really thought about what I want to be. I never really thought about me being more than a servant to Elohim. Okay. So it was like that, reflection. They got to thinking, what could my potential be if I focused on self? All right. So when a lot of people, they was like, well, yeah, I heard about how Lucifer got these angels to fall with him, but how did he? Like, what did he say? Did he do some abracadabra? No. He came up with a plan, reflection. He came up with a plan of self, okay? Now, when the plan didn't quite go how they thought it would, reflection, okay? Keep in mind they had to leave the upper heavens. They got kicked out of the upper heavens and they relocated to what we know now as the lower heavens. Okay, now when a lot of people think about, they call it the abyss, kind of. That's what they call the lower heavens in the Bible, I guess, the abyss. So when you think about that reflection, and you think about all the things that they say would be in this place called hell, which hell is not a place, that's actually an angel. If you go and look at a reflection, hell is a fallen angel. Okay, it's not a place. All right, so when you think about that, and I keep telling you, there are different parts of the heavens. Okay, and we are in the lower heavens. That's the upper heavens where they got kicked out of, right? So, when you think about their reflection, when they also fail in frequency, but they still remained in power. Think about it like this, reflection. Think about when you get kicked out the house. You don't want to follow your parents' rules, reflection. So they be like, listen, you got to get your ass up out of here. You think you grown? You think you can survive out there? You think you don't need me? And I'm the one, what they say, I brought you in this world. And I'll take your ass out. Reflection, but I ain't going to do you like that. But I ain't going to do you like that. But I'm going to throw you to the world. I'm going to throw you to the world, and I'm going to see what you do with it. I'm going to see what you do with it. Because keep in mind, the human race was about to be created as well, reflection, and Lucifer did not want to watch over this human race. He did not want to watch over them, reflection, because he felt like he was greater than that. He felt like he had other shit to do. If you just want me to put it plain, you get what I'm saying, reflection. He felt like he had already put in enough work. All right, so a lot of people, they think he just wanted to rise against the most high, but it was bigger than that. It was much bigger than that. Okay, so, with that being said, keep in mind he had a plan in case they won, because he never thought about them losing. He never thought about them losing. But that's just like you come up with a plan, reflection, and your plan may don't work out in this area. So what do? You take that plan to another area. So they relocated to the lower heavens, which we know is this realm right here. Okay. So when they relocated to this realm, their plans never changed, reflection. Their plans of advancing self never changed. And keep in mind, when Lucifer gained was recruiting these angels, he didn't recruit just no anybody. He wanted the best of the best. He didn't get just no regular angels, reflection. He went and got some of the strongest, some of the smartest, some of the fastest, some of the reflection. He didn't just go get just any angels. Okay, so when you think about it like that, all of these angels that had all of this influence, even in the upper heavens, they had all this influence, all this power, all this knowledge, all this insight. When they fell to this planet, yeah, they fell in frequency, but they didn't fall within their knowledge. You get what I'm saying? Within their insight. So think about it like that, reflection. So when they came down to the lower heavens, they built what we call now as the matrix. Okay, so what is the matrix? The matrix is what you see every day, but it's a illusion. It's basically like a holographic, you see holographic images. So what do they say when they was like, you perceive what light hits on your eyes, right? So it's like that, reflection. But the higher you raise in vibration, the more you work on self, then you will realize that you are in a holographic realm, right? So who built this holographic realm? The fallen angels, reflection. What we call today is the matrix. You'll hear them say, hey, it's time for you to get up out the matrix. It's time for you to unplug in the matrix. You over there partying and bullshit, just being an NPC player within the matrix. You don't even know what's going on around you. You don't even know where you at, baby. You don't even know. You telling people you better live right, or you gonna get thrown in it like a fire. You talking about a volcano? Are you talking about a volcano? Because we already in the lower heavens. We already in the lower heavens, not the mid heaven, not the upper heaven, but the lower heavens. Okay, so that's why it's allegedly a firmament. Reflection. Think about that, okay? So with that being said, and when you learn about this and you open your eyes, reflection, it's all been right there. You just got to put the pieces together, okay? You just got to put the pieces together, all right? So these fallen angels, when they came down here and they created the matrix, and I know you like, well, why would they even want to create a holographic image? Why would they want to create the matrix, reflection? I know when you think of the fallen angels, you think of these people with horns coming out their head. You think of these beastly beings, but no, that's not. Remember, Lucifer was one of the most beautiful angels. He was the most beautiful angel, reflection. Okay, so listen. Do you think he was just recruiting anybody? Do you not? Do you really think he was just recruiting anybody? Okay, so keep in mind these angels, these fallen angels. When you think of them and you read about them, some of them take forms of animals. So when you see it, you be like, think about it like this: how they'll say, let's go back to the Egyptians because I got to give you an example, okay? So think about the Egyptians. When you see the Egyptian, they would wear these masks, okay? Some of them would have the head of an eagle. Some of them would have the head of a falcon. Some of them would have the head. You get what I'm saying? Reflection. They would have masks, but they would be portrayed as a mask with an animal head on it, right? That's the best way I can put it. But why do you think they did that, Reflection? Why do you think that they really did that? Keep in mind these fallen ones, they will take on bodies. They will, even though they're fallen angels, energy don't die, it just keep going. So they will take on bodies. All right. So even think about Uncle Nine. Uncle Nine, he seen himself as what? He seen himself as, yes, he was a pharaoh, but he also seen himself as a walking, breathing, living God. Okay, Reflection, that's how he seen himself, all right? And that's how he carried himself, all right? So when you think about that, Reflection, you're like, well, where did he get this from? Where did he get this concept from, Reflection? When you know where you are, then you will know when you go back and you read these stories, it all lines up together, Reflection, okay? Now, am I saying that Uncle Nan was a fallen angel? Am I saying that Queen Nefertiti and her children were fallen ones? Reflection. Take what you want from this video, put the pieces together, you come up with your own conclusion. Okay. So with that being said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you hit that follow button. All right, because we over here talking about the follow ones. So keep in mind, Reflection, these fallen angels, they all had different gifts, they all had special gifts. All right. So when they had, well, they still got these gifts. Think about it like this: these are the ones that came and they brought knowledge. They called Lucifer the god of light, the bringer of light, the bringer of wisdom, Reflection. But he's not the only one that gives you wisdom. Okay, the fallen ones, okay, they know that. How can they give me wisdom, Sarita? Because this is their realm, Reflection. They've been down here. They got kicked right here, Reflection, in this realm, and they literally built this realm from the ground up. Okay, but I know you like, well, think about all these bad stories that are told about the fallen ones. Don't you think, Tarika, how do you think they feel about us saying all these things? And they're the ones who literally built the matrix. They really built this whole holographic imagery that we see every day. And you can break that imagery too if you do a lot of sun gazing, okay? Then you can really see the black, the gray, and the white of where you really are. You get what I'm saying, Reflection? So, with that being said, Lucifer, he wanted to build this realm up. Keep in mind, he was an architect. He was the greatest architect. He was the greatest architect up in the upper heaven. So when he failed, what do you think he's going to do down here? He's going to build. He's going to create. He's still going to be that great architect. Okay. Keep in mind, he fell in frequency. He didn't fall in his mind, Reflection. Okay. So with that being said, and keep in mind, he brought some of the best with him. So not only did he create a lot of things, they created a lot of things. Okay, Reflection. Now, you got to think it's good and bad within everything. Everybody has a little good in them, and everybody got a little bad in them. Just like we say, your shadow side. You got a higher conscience and you got a lower conscience. Okay, Reflection. And it's no different with the fallen ones. They can be good sometimes and they can be bad sometimes. You think about the fallen angel with lust, the fallen angel with jealousy. Yes, you have all of those people to, Reflection, but you also, what energies, you got those energies to, Reflection, but you also have to think, when you came to this matrix, something that you were given was free will. You have the free will to go left and you have the free will to go right. It's up to you what you get what I'm saying. It's up to you what pathway that you want to take. Okay, you can either go left, right, or you can go straight on out. Okay, Reflection, it's up to you. All right, so when you think about it, you're not a slave to this realm. Okay, so it's just about your choice. Even with the angels, they had a choice in the upper heavens. Think about it. The Most High knows all, sees all. So you don't think that he or she, whatever it is you believe in, reflects, you don't think that they knew what Lucifer was up to? But no, He has free will. He can do if he want to go, if he want to walk that path, let him walk that path. Okay, so it was like that. Okay, so when they came to this realm, they built this realm up. They brought knowledge. They still bring knowledge. You get what I'm saying? Reflection. And these were the angels of light. Okay, so think about it. When somebody bring you light, you're in the darkness at first, right? But when I bring you light, you can see, right? So that's how they go. That's why he's called the angel of light, the bringer of light. All right. Now, these angels, when they came down here, keep in mind, Lucifer didn't come by itself. They all had different kingdoms. They all controlled different areas of this realm reflection, okay? And they respect it. They respect each other's realm. They respect authority. I know you like they didn't even respect the most high authority up there, but you keep in mind reflection. These angels are very organized. That's how they are able to keep this realm going how it's going. Okay, because they're very organized and they're very strategic. Okay, very strategic. So certain angels, this is where the word kingdoms come from reflection. Before there was ever a king, these fallen angels, well, they call them dominions, but think of it now as like a kingdom. Okay, so each one of them get their own little section reflection. Each of them have angels up under them. Okay, all of them have angels up under them. Some of them got their own armies reflection, and there's plenty of them. I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 on reflection. They have real deal armies behind them. Okay, so you have to know where you're going in order you got to know where you at to know where you're going. All right, so with that being said, let's go to, let's see, because I wrote these notes down because I don't want to forget that, because I told y'all when we talk about these following ones, we can talk about it. All right, so let's go to the term Lord. All right, the term Lord, when you hear that, you think of the fallen angels. Think about when you read your Bible. You ever thought about, well, why do they say God and then they say Lord? Why do they say God and then they say Lord? Lucifer is one with many names. He has many names and many faces. Keep in mind, these fallen angels, they can possess vessels, they can possess souls. What they call you vessels, okay? But they cannot hold certain vessels for a very long time. Okay, reflection. They can't hold vessels for a very long time, especially the more powerful they are. So, but they will walk this experience. Okay, but the term Lord, whenever you hear Lord reflection, you think of the fallen ones, okay? The fallen ones, all right? And I don't care what, think about certain gangs. Okay, reflection. Let's take I'll take you there. Think about certain gangs, reflection, okay? Think about their colors. Think about their colors. Think about what they really into and different things like their reflection, okay? Red is one is a very that's root chakra energy. Okay, red is a root chakra energy color. All right. I know gold and black and all that too, but even all that go with the fallen angels, okay? All of that goes with the fallen angels, all right? So when you think about that, when you hear the term Lord reflection, I don't care what it is, even in history, when you think about how these people used to call themselves Lord this, Lord that reflection, that all goes unto fallen angel energy. Okay, that's fallen angel energy, all right? So when you hear the term Lord, I don't care where you hear that, but as long as you're on this planet, as long as you're in the lower heavens, you better know that's the fallen angels you're talking about, okay? Now, I told y'all in another video that Earth, Mars, and Venus are all connected. They all have this same energetic field. All right. So what do I mean when I say the same energetic field? If you fuck up down here on Earth, think about when they was putting all them atomic bombs in the water, right? And as soon as they put all those atomic bombs in the water, you start seeing a whole lot of UFO activity around these nuclear plants, right? Allegedly. Everything in this video is highly alleged, all right? You start seeing a lot of UFOs around these nuclear plants and everything because they were fucking with the energetic field. Well, Taretha, what do you mean they're fucking with the energetic field? If you are putting bombs into the ocean, the type of bombs that they were building, these type of atomic bombs that they were building, reflection, then it's going to not only mess up what's underneath the ocean, because that's where a lot of the fallen angels reside as well, because they're portals under the ocean. Okay, remember I told you that when you think of space, space is not above, it's so below. It's so below. And when you even think about the definition of space, It's describing the waters. Reflection is describing so below. Okay, think about how much of this earth is covered in water. If you want to hide somewhere, where you gonna hide? These are strategic angels. These ain't no, this not your everyday play type of angels. Reflection. These are the fallen ones, and they run this realm. So if I run this realm, that means this is my house. This is my house. All right. So you think about when somebody come into your house. I don't care if you turn off every light in your house. They can't move around in your house better than you can move around in your house, right? It's spots in your house you can hide that you don't. They had no idea it even existed, right? Think about it, reflection, okay? So when I was putting these atomic bombs into the ocean, this is just an example, because I'm gonna always put the peanut butter with the jelly and make it stick. I'm gonna always make it make sense. All right. So when I was putting these atomic bombs into the ocean, it was messing up the energetic fields on other planets. That's why you see so much UFO activity. Think about Mars. Now, if you go and you do a lot of research into Mars, they'll say it looked like almost on the surface because they're living beings inside of Mars. It's inside the planet, reflection. They're not on the outside, they're not on the surface level. They're inside the planet would look like caves and doorways and shit like that. And it makes you think, well, why? Because, reflection, atomic bombs. Okay, you think atomic bombs is anything new? Where do you think they get? Where do you think they even getting the knowledge from? They're channeling this knowledge from to even create a fucking atomic bomb. When you even go think about, I don't want to get this video straight, but when you think about Hitler, and you go look at his colors and look at some of the things that he was into and where he was getting that shoe knowledge from, reflection, because that's exactly what he was getting it from. He was channeling from fallen angels. Okay, so allegedly, just a piece of alleged. So with that being said, reflection, especially with building certain things that he was building. So when you think about that, reflection, because keep in mind, these are the bringers of knowledge. They have knowledge, plenty of it. You're in their house, so nobody knows their house better than them. They built the whole realm. So with that being said, reflection, when they were putting these atomic bombs into the ocean, it was messing up the frequency. It was messing up the energetic field on Venus and on Mars. All right. So how do we know that? Atomic bombs isn't anything new. Atomic bombs was going, they did this. Mars is the planet of war. Where do you think they started from? And if a good scientist, reflection, or you can just go do your own research. Keep in mind, don't believe it's right. To go do some research and put the pieces together. Okay. So if you look at the surface of Mars, it looks like a big ass atomic bomb hit it. It looks like, that's why they call it the planet of war. Okay, reflection. When they was in war on this planet, that's when they started creating and testing these atomic bombs. So what did they test them? They tested them in the water, because when you think about this, really the only place that they had to test it was in the water. But keep in mind, nothing is new underneath the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. So what do you think happened over there on Mars to the surface of Mars? It didn't wipe out the civilization. They just went within the earth, but still, reflection, they was testing atomic bomb. Well, they was using, not testing. They was, well, when it's not called atomic bombs over there, but over here it's kind of similar. Okay, reflection. If you look at the surface of Mars, that's what it looks like happened. A big ass atomic bomb hit it, right? So that's what was gonna happen if they didn't stop testing these bombs over here on the surface of Earth. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So these fallen angels was monitoring what was going on. Okay, so with that being said, when they was dropping these atomic bombs into the ocean, you need to go and really do some research. I forgot the name of this island. It's nobody there on this island anymore, but you can tell where they were testing atomic bombs at, reflection. I forgot the name of the island, but it was like this place and they were testing atomic bombs. Okay, so a lot of them. So anyways, they had like this thing in the ocean, and they would drop the atomic bombs down to try to hit the target, because you got to be very precise, you got to be intelligent, reflection, dropping atomic bombs. You get what I'm saying? You got to know what you're dropping it on, because it wipes out everything, all right, in the vicinity. So when you think about that, reflection, if they're dropping these big ass bombs, they're not just dropping one. They got to get, how do you perfect something? You practice, right? And you don't get it the first time, the second time, or the third time. So they're constantly dropping these bombs into the ocean, and what they're dropping them into the ocean. Not only it's beings in the ocean. Didn't I just tell you the fallen ones is in the ocean? So you have these beings, Revelation, that are in the ocean, and oh, excuse me. And there's portals in the ocean, right? That can lead you to Mars and Venus. So with these portals that are in the ocean, Reflection, as they're messing up the energetic field, not only on Earth, it's affecting the beings that are on Mars. It's affecting the beings that are on Venus. You get what I'm saying, Reflection? Because Earth, Venus, and Mars are all connected. They're not all one, but they're all connected. Think about when they said, think about how they say it's a lot of stuff on Earth, and if they go on Mars, they see the same shit. They see the same shit, baby. It's a reason why you see the same shit, Reflection. It's a reason for the season. Think about it. It's almost what they call it, the face of Mars over here. They said pyramids, they'll go over there and they see the same three pyramids that they see on Earth, Reflection, how they'll be lined up in threes that they see over there on Mars. Okay, so think about, you have to use your brain sometime. If it's pyramids, we know pyramids are an energetic source, right? It's an energetic source. Pyramid is not just there for any reason. They are lined up in a specific place for a specific reason, right? So if these pyramids are on the surface of Mars, that means that it was beings at one point on the surface of Mars, but they're not on the surface anymore. They're within the Earth. I mean, within Mars, okay? Just like they say that there are beings within Earth, all right? And under the sea, right? Okay, even think about Ariel. You remember that show, The Little Mermaid, Reflection? I know you like to read it. That's a fucking cartoon. Yeah, Reflection. It's only magic if I can put it in front of your face and you just think it's just a cartoon. All right. So remember, Ariel, her father used to tell her, don't go on the surface. You can't go on the surface. You're not meant to go on the surface. You and them, that y'all are not alike. They even feared humans and different things like that. You get what I'm saying, Reflection? Because it's kingdoms, Reflection. You have different kingdoms, all right? And if you don't have order within those kingdoms, imagine the sirens and shit coming on the surface of Earth. Think about it. Think about why humans aren't allowed, Reflection, to go so far up under the sea, because you're not meant to go there. Even your body, Reflection, if you go so far within the ocean, it's certain things that you have to do. Your body can literally explode because you weren't designed to be up under there. You weren't designed to be up under there. Just like the farther you get in the ocean, is certain fish. Their body is adapted to stay up under the water. Their body is adapted to stay at the. Think about it, the lower you go under the sea, the darker it gets, right? So, with that being said, it's all type of sea life that hasn't been discovered that stay down there. Reflection, how do you think they stay down there? You couldn't even get down there. Your body would literally explode. You get what I'm saying? So, think about it like that. That's how advanced this planet is. That's how advanced these beings are that fell down to this realm. Okay, Reflection. So, with that being said, and that's a video for another day as well about the different beings that are in the sea. Okay, a lot of them, they're not even from this planet. Okay, keep in mind it's kingdoms within kingdoms within kingdoms under the sea. Reflection. Okay, think about these people. If you go do research about beings under the sea, Reflection, or portals under the sea, they'll say it's an ocean up under the ocean. They'll be like, we was under the ocean and shit, it looked like a whole nother ocean up under the ocean, but we couldn't even go. It was like a wall. We couldn't even penetrate. We couldn't even go in because, one, you ain't supposed to take your ass in there, baby. Okay, hit the like and subscribe button, Reflection. All right. So that's how Earth, Mars, and Venus, they're all connected. That's why you see a lot of UFO activity when certain things are going down. Because if you mess up on this planet, you messing up not just Earth, but other planets as well. Okay. So let's keep it going. Now, we talked about the fallen ones that reside in the waters and within the planets of Earth, Mars, and Venus. Okay. They just ain't in one planet, Reflection. Okay. They all controlling the same realm. Okay. I said the realm, not the planet. All right. So they're all within Earth, Mars, and Venus as well. All right. Think about Venus. What do they say about Venus? They say that's that morning star planet reflection. That's the reason. Who is the morning star? All right, Lucifer. So let's keep it going. Now, Earth is a energy source, okay? Or Earth is an energy source planet. All right. How do we know that Earth is an energy source planet? Well, reflection, these beings, keep in mind they're under the water. What is water? Water, well, it's water on Venus and Mars, but water is 98% of this planet reflection. Well, 80% of this planet. 80% of this planet is nothing but water. Water is energy. Spaceships cannot run without water. They can't run without water. Okay, reflection. So Earth is a very important planet to these beings. All right. So they don't want you to fuck it up. Hit the like and subscribe button. All right. So let's keep going. Now, even though we talked about the firmament, right? If you don't know about the firmament, go do your little research. Okay, it's highly alleged, highly alleged. But when you think about the firmament, think about a fishbowl. Think about a fishbowl with a top on it, right? If you don't have a top on top of your fishbowl, what's your fish gonna do? They're gonna jump out, right? Reflection, they're gonna jump out, right? So with that being said, I always tell you, you cannot leave this planet going up. You have to go down, and it's only so far that you can even go down, right? Reflection, they don't even have technology to go so far. All right. So with that being said, but they are getting energy from these fallen angels allegedly to get the technology to go deeper and deeper within the ocean. Okay, so this, I'm not gonna lie about that. They're advancing with that every day. So the fallen angels, they are not bound to earth. Okay, they're not bound to earth. That all happened with the reset. You remember when the reset came, reflection? When the reset came, a lot of people said it felt like Earth and Mars collided, almost like it was almost collided. That's the best way I can put it. Like they almost became one, right? Okay. Think about how they were saying, what do they call it? Like the Mandela effect kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? But it's really the whole time it was really just a reset. How they were saying Britney Spears used to have a little thing on her ear, but no, she didn't have that thing on her ear. You get what I'm saying? How they used to say, what was another one? um you know how certain cereal they would have, they would say one thing but they don't say it anymore, type of thing. um the peanut butter reflection, what they were saying, like the Jiffy Mix, not the Jiffy Mix, what was the name of that peanut butter, and they changed the name of it. But anyway, just go do some research into the Mandela effect, okay? Because I'm really not into all that, because I knew it was nothing but a reset, right? So with that being said, reflection, a lot of people was like, no, this used to be this way. Or even think about the Monopoly man. They was like, he used to have a little thing on his eye, then all of a sudden he never had it on his eye. It was like he had it. You get what I'm saying? Reflection. So different things like that the whole time. Think about how they say that you have different bodies on different planets. Think about when you go to sleep. Reflection. You can do certain things in your dreams that you never thought you could do. Reflection. Is it really just a dream though? Is it all just a dream? It was all a dream. Is it really all a dream? Reflection? Okay. So with that being said, reflection, do some research in how they say you have different bodies on different planets, right? So with that being said, reflection, that's how that works. That's how that works. All right. So the fallen ones, they are not bound to earth. So a lot of people, they can't go back to the upper heavens. But keep in mind, this realm is bigger than just earth. It's bigger than just earth. So they can easily move around through these portals. All right. And how do you open portals? You can get through a portal 4 ways, because there are 4 elements. You can get through a portal with air, you can get through a portal with water, you can get through a portal with fire. Okay, the lake of fire, you know what, you listen, that's a video for another day. Or you can get through the portal in earth. You can get through portals in earth. Okay, and if you look at certain movies, reflection, they'll show it right there in your face. All right, so you get through portals with those through the 4 elements. All right, and we'll talk about that in a different video as well. Now, that's how you know that these fallen ones, they're very reflection, they're very intelligent. Okay, that's the best way I can put it. All right, so when you think about how they say that this planet is created off the 3, the 6, and the 9, right? The 3, the 6, and the 9. What, when you think about the 3, the 6, and the 9, you think about the Trinity. All right, you think about the Trinity, you think about Lucifer, you think about Lilith, and you think about the Most High. Okay, reflection, or you can think about Ishu. All right, either way you want to put it. All right, but let me show you what I mean. Can you see that picture that at the bottom? Because I was gonna do it on the board, take my green screen off and do it on the board, but you can see this picture right there, right? Look at the very bottom in the triangle and how it's pointing downward, right? Because we're in the lower heavens, not the upper heavens, all right? So you have the sun, which is Lucifer, you have the daughter, which is Lilith, and you put them together, reflection, and you will get Eshu. Okay, you get that Eshu energy, all right? But around it, do you see that golden arch? That is the source, reflection. Okay, that's the source of it all, right? So when you think about the 3, the 6, and the 9, that's what they're talking about. When you think about the Trinity, that's what they're talking about. When you think about you go back to the Egyptian days, reflection, that's what they were talking about. Okay, when they say that this planet is literally built off the 3, the 6, and the 9, it is, and this planet is built off of codes and numbers, because this is a holographic image that we the world that the world that we are living in. So it's kind of like that, reflection. All right. So this is just part 1 of us talk. I don't want to make the video too long because y'all know I'm long-winded, baby. You know I get to talk about these fallen ones in a minute, baby. We'll be here all night, reflection. So I just wanted to come and try to give you a briefer. All right. I want to give you a briefer of how this realm belongs to the fallen ones. Okay, I want to give you a briefer so you would kind of know. You'd be like, damn, it seemed like they sold for a cheap piece of gold. Well, reflection, I don't know if they sold but they just made, they probably realized where they was. All right, they could have woke up and realized who was really running this shit. All right, so with that being said, reflection, we're just over here talking about the fallen ones. We're not talking about nothing new because nothing is new under the sun, right? But in order to know where you are, you gotta know where you're going. In order to don't be letting nobody tell you about no false lake of fire. If you want to go see a lake of fire, you go look at your ass a volcano erupt, reflection. That's the lake of fire. And you know what comes out of the lake of fire? You know when it cool down, reflection, you know what the lake of fire, you know what that chaos brings? Order. It creates these right here. It creates beautiful crystals. This is the obsidian crystal. And obsidian crystal is made out of that lake of fire. Okay. So with that being said, reflection, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. Until next time, I say.